Welcome or welcome back to Tarot and Chill. My name's Nisha, and this is a pick a card reading to find out about your financial future. I've got 3 groups for you to choose from today. Group 1 is the red Jasper. Group 2 is the Unakite. And group 3 is the Amethyst. Please pause the video now if you need to take a moment to make your choice, otherwise I'll see you in your reading. All the timestamps will be below. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and leave me a comment to let me know how it resonates for you. And if you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in your reading. This reading is for you if you chose the red Jasper. Let's see what cards you have. From the Sacred Power reading cards you have Illusion. From the Black Moon Astrology cards you have Pot of Fortune, Increase. From the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, you have the Page of Swords and the Ace of Wands. And from the Sun and Moon Tarot, you have the Ten of Wands and the Queen of Wands. It feels like there's a lot of possibilities for you to increase your income, and I feel like you might be currently looking for different ways to do that. You might be looking for a new job or a side gig or just like new contracts, I want to say, like maybe new customers, new clients, new things that you can do, things to sell around your house. I feel like there's like lots of different possibilities in all like shapes and sizes and different forms. Like some of them might just be small money, but some of them might be bigger money, and some of them could be even bigger money. And I feel like there will be opportunities coming, and I feel like there will be communication about opportunities coming to you. So definitely keep your eyes out and try and stay focused and present in the moment whenever you're, I want to say, working or whenever you're talking to anyone. Like just to keep your ear out for opportunities or solutions to problems, I want to say. And it feels like there are a lot coming, like there's a lot of communication coming about a specific matter, I want to say. I'm not sure if there's like a specific financial dealing or deal or contract, again, is coming through, something like contract, or it's like something you do need to talk to someone about. And I feel like there's communication coming, which you may have been worrying about or waiting for. And I feel like it's going to help you to relieve some pressure to hear back from someone or to receive communication or receive some kind of message. It might be something completely out of the blue that you're not expecting as well. If you haven't been trying to get anything going for yourself, say like new plans and things like that, I feel like something may come on its own. It might come through a friend or someone who really likes you or someone who's interested in you in some way. Like, I don't know if you've got like a really interesting, say like LinkedIn page, or like if you're a business, you might have like a really good website, and I feel like you're attracting people. It's like there's someone attracted to you who wants to talk to you in a way that seems like money related or business related or work related. It could be a relationship partner as well who's got like problem solutions for you, like maybe a friend or a family member who's just got solutions to your problems or who can help you financially. But yeah, I am seeing there's lots of things to keep your eyes out for and to keep your ear out for, and there may be lots of like paperwork to read and things to sign and follow up on. And I do see there's like new plans you can make, which might come from, again, like talking to others or researching. Maybe you just happen across opportunities as well. I'm seeing that's a strong possibility. This has like very lucky energy. And again, I do feel like this popularity increase coming for you. So it could be like someone in your network has a great opportunity for you. I do feel like if you're running a business, it's very likely for you to get more customers. And I feel like it might be too much almost. It's like you can't do all the work that you're offered. Especially if you're like self-employed. It feels like you're suddenly about to find your popularity increases. I want to say especially if you have like a social media business or you promote yourself on social media, or it's something, I want to say something where you may have like a fan base, or it's giving like popularity, like you have an audience and your audience is growing is what I want to say. And it's gonna maybe be a bit too much for you. It's gonna be a lot of headache as well as a lot more work. It's like the energy of say if you do have a like clothes shop and it's like a small, say you've got like a small Instagram boutique or something like that. Currently, your sales might be really low and you can't get enough customers. I feel like you might do like a drive for new customers and find you get more than you can actually cope with. It's like maybe you don't have like limited numbers on your website or something, or your page, and you get so many orders that you actually don't have the fabric and you don't have the man hours to get the products out to them by the time you said. So yeah, I do feel like you might have to communicate with a lot of customers if that's you, if they're like booking and booking and booking and you can't take them all. You might just have to send off some messages and say, please forgive my lateness with shipping your order to you. I've just like had a real boost or something. But yeah, likewise, if you do something like, say you're a musician or you're a content creator, a YouTuber, an Instagrammer, I feel like you might get a lot more fans, a lot more followers. And it might feel a bit like a lot of people chatting about you and a lot of interesting opportunities to come with it. But in that, I feel like there is work opportunities. Like if you're a musician, you might be booked for a lot of performances or interviews, or if you're an Instagram, like say a fashion page, you might get loads of brand deals and it's like you can't actually do them all. There's so many that you can't fit them all into your day. So I really feel like you might get the option to choose which ones you say yes to and which ones you don't have time for. But I'm seeing the energy of this group is like you would put pressure on yourself to do everything. You're really going to try and do it all because I feel like you might be stressing about money right now. So it's like it makes sense to take as much work as you can and just say yes to it. And maybe you will have to say to people like, sorry, can I reschedule for tomorrow because I can't do it today? Or I would definitely love to do that, but just not on that day, maybe next week. It's like trying not to say no, I'm seeing. Because yeah, it does feel like there's this popularity and this increase. But it is hard work and I don't know how easy it's going to be. But the key is, I feel like for you guys, it's like hard work is the key and finding opportunities is the key and maybe putting out applications for jobs or, for example, adverts for your business. Or if you are a musician, it's maybe like putting out a new song. It might like get loads of new listeners or something like that. It feels like there's something you're doing which is like a big success. That's going to make you a lot of money, but I don't want to minimize the hard work element. It's not just like really easy. It's not like you don't have to do anything for this money to come. And for some of you, I do feel like if you're like brand new to say like, I want to say like social media business or Instagram or it's something like that, music even, it feels like you can't imagine how hard work it would be. Like you maybe think that, say like those Instagram people that just post like a sponsored picture or something, you might think it's really easy. And I think I've said this before in a reading. But trust that they're putting in a lot of hours that you don't actually see. And I feel like once it's your turn, you might realize that actually this is a lot more hard work than anyone says it is. And actually, maybe you don't find it as fun. But I feel like you are going to still do it. You're not going to stop. It's like just because it's not fun anymore doesn't mean you're not going to do it. Because it's like really you've put in a lot of passion for this, whatever it is for you guys. It feels like really it is your career and it's something you do feel passionate about. And something you do care about and something you do want to say yes to. And something you don't mind staying focused with even when it gets really hard work and pressure for you. So yeah, I would say there's definitely some like contracts to sign coming up or some agreements or something to say yes to, like an offer you receive. I also want to say there's lots of communication coming regarding your money, and particularly your business if you run a business, and especially if you are like a sole trader or you work very much to do with like I want to say labor or like your own labor. It's like no one can do the work for you. You're like the only person who can do it. So yeah, I feel like there's going to be a lot of customers coming to you soon and you're going to be really proud of the work that you do and the money that you make. Even if you find yourself a bit overworked and putting in a bit of overtime hours to cope with it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the reading group 1. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like a personal, please don't forget to send me an email. The information will be below. You can also find details of my Patreon and my PayPal for donations if you're feeling generous and if you do get a huge financial increase. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this reading and leave me a comment below. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the Unakite. Let's see what cards you have. From the Sacred Power reading cards, you have Transformation. From the Black Moon Astrology cards, you have Earth Element, Stability. From the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, you have the Two of Pentacles and the World. And from the Sun and Moon Tarot, you have the High Priestess and Art, Temperance. I'm feeling like there may be a bit of a wait period for you guys where things are a bit up and down, and I feel like things may take a while to come to completion with something that it feels like you're currently waiting on, or it may not be that you're currently waiting on it, but from now, like the future is you have to wait a little while for something. It may be a money you need to make a payment or something like that. I'm seeing there's like an in-between kind of wait period where you're maybe a bit low and you don't quite have enough and you're trying to decide like, can I or can't I afford this? It feels like one of those times where you do have to budget a bit, and I feel like you will have to be a bit careful with what you're spending. Even though it seems like things are fine for you, it doesn't feel like there's anything really worrying going on. Like I'm not seeing anything to warn you about financially. But I do feel like it is a bit tentative right now. It's not necessarily like you can say yes for sure if someone wants you to go on a holiday with them next year. It's like, can you actually afford it? It feels like, not quite sure about that. Or like maybe you were invited out for dinner, but it's like, actually you should say no, really. Like you could afford to go, but it's not really helpful for you if you go and spend that money. It's kind of a delicate dance you want to do with money right now, I want to say. It's like you have to be really careful with what you're spending and keep your eye on what's coming in, and interest rates I'm hearing, and payments and what date they're due. It feels like there's very, very limited opportunities to get more money right now. But also, there's also limited opportunities to get it wrong, I want to say. It's just a case of like constantly being vigilant and monitoring. It's just that I'm not seeing like a huge salary rise or an increase or anything right now. But I am seeing you're going to be fine and you're going to be able to continue. And you're going to be able to maintain your payments each month, and you're going to find that despite the turbulence and the ups and downs, you manage to stay cool and you manage to keep your calm, and you don't find that anything goes really awry. And I don't know why this reading's coming through this way, but it does feel like you guys have been in a bit of a like sticky situation with your money, like not finding things absolutely amazing. At least not 100% of the time. Like maybe there's certain days where things are good, but then you have days where you're a bit worried about budget, or maybe like once upon a time you've been not having any money and now you're earning quite a lot, but you don't know how much you should save for a rainy day. It feels like I'm talking to people where stability is like your main concern. And I feel like you are stable, but it does take like constant managing. It does take for you to keep hard work going. It kind of feels like you may need a break from hard work as well for you guys. And I feel like some of you have enough money to maybe keep you going for quite a while, and you might be deciding between like one career and another career, or one source of income or another source of income, and you might be trying to decide in a way that's like to close out one or to completely focus on one and not the other. But I feel like for those of you where that's the case, you might have to keep doing two things for a while. It feels like you're having a lot of stability by managing multiple things, like maybe multiple businesses that you manage, or multiple accounts, or you have two jobs. It's giving an energy like you do too much maybe, but it's like for now you have to keep going. You might be able to take a bit more holiday here and there, or for some of you where you're a bit more blessed, you can just like live off your savings for a little bit and decide what you want to do, because it's like maybe not very clear all the time what your best option or best decision is. I feel like when you take some time to think about it, it always becomes very clear, and maybe even decides itself for you by external events and the way of the wind turning and things like that. So I do feel like there is change coming with your money, and there is like I want to say a new stage of your career that you're meeting or reaching, but it's not for a couple months, I want to say to you guys. And it feels like in the meantime you do have to wait, and I feel like for some of you it's going to be a bit longer than a couple months, but you might just start to see like things come to completion, I want to say, or a new opportunity or a change, or a kind of like a continuation of something that's important to you, which might be currently on pause. I'm feeling like there's a pause to something which you're like waiting to restart. I'm not sure who that's for. It's like a particular message. And it feels like you're not sure if someone's in or out, or you're not sure if you're in or out with something. I'm really getting that message. I feel like you might need some time to take for yourself, to just make sure that the decisions are right for you, and to make sure you're all in, not like half in. Because it feels like there's something you're meant to do at some point in the future. It's like part of your financial future, which is very big. And it requires all of you, it requires all your effort and all your potential. And even I want to say other people, like your network and people who maybe are your audience or your customers or friends, family. It feels like you need other people to take part in what you're doing because it's so big. So it's like maybe like you're going to start a business that employs lots of people eventually. But in the meantime, it might not be quite time for that. And you might find that there's loose ends to try up. I also feel like there may be a need to try something new, like a new business completely. Especially if you're really confused right now and you're not sure what to do. It kind of feels like you're going to have to keep doing what you're currently doing, but also maybe put out energy into maybe thinking of what else you can do. And I know that's really awkward, but I feel like you guys can manage it. Feels like you're good at multitasking and managing to stay busy, but also get your rest. And I feel like that's important for you. I do feel like there's something secret that I can't really tell you about right now. And it feels like something major, but it's like ruining the moment right now for you if I tell you. Because it's going to make like, it's going to make things seem like really worse right now if I tell you how good things will be in the future, I want to say. So I'm just going to leave it there, but do try and manage as best as you can for like the next couple months. I want to say try not to spend too much. Try and keep as much money coming in as possible, but don't expect anything insanely huge to change for like 2 months, I want to say. In a couple months, I feel like there's a big opportunity or something special, something coming to completion. And it's like currently it's not exactly ready. And I feel like there is like waiting around for people and not really sure what's going on, or you're not sure what your next goal or plan is right now. So just leave yourself time, allow yourself a couple months rest. If you're allowed to, if you have money, then just chill for a couple months. Also come for a personal reading if you have a bit of money and you want a little break from work and stuff. I'll give you a lot of information to read. The information will be below. And I also have a special offer right now, so you might want to take advantage of that. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and leave a comment to let me know how it resonates. And if you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. This reading is for you if you chose the Amethyst. Let's see what cards you have. From the Sacred Power reading cards, you have affirmations. From the Black Moon Astrology cards, you have second house, owning. From the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, you have the Eight of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles. And then from the Sun and Moon Tarot, you have the Five of Wands. And the King of Swords reversed. I feel like there's a lot of stress for you guys to deal with right now, and you might need to try and keep your cool above all else. It feels quite difficult. Like I feel like at some points you may lose your head over the pressure you're under. Like I feel like you might get very stressed. There's potential for like snapping at co-workers, and I'm just giving a little warning, sorry guys. It's like potential to snap at people or be very irritated, and I feel like it's important for you to try and keep your cool again as best as you can. But I do feel like for the most part you seem okay. You seem to be like owning your situation, and I feel like for the majority of people watching, you probably do have mostly a secure situation, but just a lot of financial stresses that are worrying you right now. And I do feel like you have maybe a career to fall back on, something that you're very good at, something that you've got a lot of experience in, something which does produce results, and I feel like it does make you money. But maybe it's just not fast enough all the time. You might find there's certain moments in the upcoming future where you're going without, or you're feeling a lack. You're feeling less than. I feel like for some of you there's not really a lack, and it's like mentality, and you kind of need to change your thinking to, I do have enough actually. For some of you it's the opposite, and you maybe don't have enough, but you still might need to trick your brain into thinking more positively and focusing less on the problems and more on the solutions to the problems. I know that comes up in like readings and manifestation talk all the time, and it's really difficult, but please do try and remember that, because there is always a solution to a problem, even if it's not very easy to come by, even if it requires, I want to say, assistance. For some of you, you might be in need of charity and help, and I feel like you might ask some people who don't want to help you and find that you keep getting redirected and find that it's not very easy to find charitable sources. But I do feel like there is someone who will help you. It just might take a while. I feel like this person probably owns property, or maybe properties. It could be like your landlord maybe, or it could be a friend, or maybe if you are really stressed at work, it might be a coworker that can actually help you, or your manager, or for someone, I feel like you're so stressed that you might need a break from work actually, and it's maybe quite important for you because you might be making little mistakes and causing the environment around you to be stressful because you're stressed, especially if you are like a manager or an executive. I feel like it's really important for you to take a break. So you're not like wanting to chop everyone's heads off all the time. And I do feel like the more you do some like meditation and yoga and stretching, and definitely do just take the time off with stress if you need it, because it's like you're going to run yourself into the ground if you keep stressing, my friend. So yeah, if that's you, bestie, and you're really stressed and you want to chop people's heads off, I would highly recommend you to either take a holiday if you can. I know it's really busy and you feel like you're needed and you feel like the world will fall apart without you. But I feel like you might need it, like just one day off or something. It's like even an hour, even if you take just a bit more time in the morning to de-stress before you go to your job. I'm sorry for all these messages, but it just feels like someone needs to be able to like continue and not have to take such a long break, or to feel really stressed and risk their career that they've worked really hard from ages for, I'm hearing. Someone needs to like relax and definitely de-stress a little bit. It's like really important right now for whoever that is for, and I feel like your heart is like accepted the message and we can move on. I do feel like you're very talented and skilled, you guys, but you might be struggling with what to focus on. I feel like you might have so many different skills that you're not really sure what to put to work, let's say. I'm also seeing there might be a need to upskill a little bit. Like maybe you can do some extra like work hour learning. I know that might be not achievable for a lot of you because it feels like you don't have time. And I don't know why this is coming through as advice because it's meant to be future, but it just feels like for the majority of you watching, you may have preferred like financial advice reading than like financial future. So I'll try and do one of those soon. But yeah, I'll try and give you some more predictions. I feel like the career thing is still going strong, but it's just like the stress levels are really high, and I do feel like monthly you might find you are a bit hard up here and there and you don't really have enough, and you might need to ask for assistance from other people for things that you need and for bills to be paid, really. I feel like you might have to also work some overtime. But I'm seeing like in the long-term future, for those of you guys who don't own property or you haven't actually got very much in terms of like your net worth or your assets or anything, I feel like it is just a case of like years of hard work away, and I know that's not very reassuring. But there's no rush, like you can't really rush the process, and I feel like just letting go of, for some of you it's like letting go of the idea of being extremely wealthier than you are right now will reduce your stress, and you'll realize actually you're in a better position than you think. And I think that will just make you feel happier, and it will help you to attract more abundance. So I do feel like the future for this group is like a bit up in the air right now. Feels like there's a lot of changes and a lot of challenges, and how much work you do and how sensible you are and how much you keep your head focused, I want to say, is going to determine what happens. I also feel like don't be ashamed to accept charity or help if you need it, and don't be ashamed to call in sick from work if you need it. Because at the end of the day, if you're like feeling a bit stressed right now and you keep going and you keep going, it's like really going to make it worse for you. I just want to leave it there. Like it's going to make it worse if you don't take a break now. So preventative from you having like more stress and issues later down the line. Please do try and relax. I'm hearing something about someone's mortgage payments are getting more expensive. And it feels like that's a lot of people's problem right now because of things that are outside of our control. But I do feel like there is help maybe available to you. There might be a bank loan or a loan or a different, I want to say a different mortgage that comes with like a savings account or something. It's like really random message coming through. It's like you can remortgage and you might be able to make those pennies stretch a bit further. I'm also not sure if someone is maybe having like difficult people around you that you're maybe supporting. Like I don't know if you're supporting other people and you are maybe feeling stressed about how many other people require financial assistance from you. Like if you're not the one in need of charity, might be that you're really successful and you're like doing better than everyone else and they need charity from you. And I feel like sometimes you might have to say no to people who are less deserving in favor of the people who are most deserving. Because it might be like some people are asking you for money because they want to go on parties and holidays, and other people are asking you for money because they can't afford to eat. And it's like the no-brainer decision that people who can't afford food probably need money more than people who want to go drinking. or people who want another holiday, or they want a second house, or something like that. I just feel like there's like different people who want different things from you and different things that require your attention. Like if you're struggling to budget, try and think about what's most necessary, like food and rent. And obviously not like parties or a new car or clothes or anything like that. Like try and just be really sensible with money as much as you can. And I'm sorry it's advice again, but I feel like being more sensible would help you guys, because some of you might have got so stressed and overwhelmed that you're finding it hard to like catch up with payments or make payments on the right date or remember what is due when. And I feel like the stress relief will really, 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 really help you. So do feel free to come back to this reading later, and I hope things will be less stressful for you by then. But I do feel like it's going to be a bit of a tense period. I can't sugarcoat. Your work is going well, and I feel like your job is there, your job is stable. And I feel like if you're looking for work, I feel like you will find something, but it just might be very stressful, guys. I'm really sorry. It's like good money if you find a job, but you're going to find it taxing. And I feel like it might be like very long hours and you find your commute is busy and tiring, but it's like you have to do it, you have no choice. But yeah, I do want to just mention again that there's like something to do with mortgage payments and refinancing and being able to like loan some money or something like that, borrow, loan, however you want to say it. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you guys find the reading helpful. Please don't forget to come for a personal if you would like more information and you feel like I'm leaving it too soon. My information will be below. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this reading and a comment to say hello if you're new here or you just want to say hi. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and there's lots more readings on my channel. If you can't afford a personal, I will understand. Thanks for watching and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.